Rocket Ryan's Rocket Report once again, and this week I'm going to give you my top 5 games I ever saw in person as a fan of the Midnight Blue and Gold. We're going to start with the number 1 game, and that was 1982. I remember my mom and dad dropped us off, us being myself and Greg Coleman, who's now a member of the family. We were sophomores at Fremont Ross. They dropped us off, and I knew we had to get there early because the news reports were saying, get there early, it's going to be a big crowd against Bowling Green, annual rival, arch rival, Battle of I-75. Get there early, and it's a good thing we did. 18,500 seat stadium, had 31,000 plus crammed in there that night. Rockets prevail 24-10. The big play in that game, I remember it like it was yesterday. Mark Brandon came screaming in. He blocked a field goal attempt by BG's Gihad Youssef, and Darrell Meadows scooped and went 75 yards for a touchdown. One of the big plays. Richard Ray also had a pick 6 in that game, which led the Rockets to victory. Number 2, we're going to go in chronological order here, was 1986. It was before school had started. I was my sophomore year at UT, and the Rockets played Wichita State, the last year for the football program there at WSU. And the big thing about that, Rockets win 30-13, but the big thing I remember most was Craig Mosier, our buddy from UT, the late Craig Mosier. He got into the game, and he made a tackle, he had an assisted tackle, and he tipped a pass. So the only time he ever played for UT was that game. I'll never forget it. Nice to see Craig Mosier get in on the action. Now we go to 2001. Minnesota from the Big Ten comes to the Glass Bowl, and the Rockets run roughshod over them. 38-7, 34,000 people crammed into the Glass Bowl that day, and the Rockets looked like the Big Ten school. Chester Taylor running for 200-plus yards and a couple of touchdowns, and it was a great memory for me as a Toledo Rocket fan. Then we're going to go with number 4, and I'm going to walk over here to my steps going upstairs, and who will ever forget this one? It was a bad year for the Rockets, but they go up to the Big House, and they beat Michigan by a final score of 13-10. Bill Bray, Chris Dias, John Cahill, Steve Powhida, Tony Herschel, Mike, few other guys. We all went up there and witnessed this. Of course, Aaron Opelt, former Fremont Ross Little Giant, threw for over 300 yards as the starting quarterback that day. There's Aaron when he helped lead the Rockets to a victory over Colorado 1 year later. That's not the 5th one on my list, but I'll show you that one. A little close up there. We're going to go down to Boca Raton, and there is Ava with Terry Swanson, who's a senior now for the Rockets. He jumped up into the stands after the game, got a picture. Right there's Ava. And that was memorable because, first of all, it's Boca Raton. Who doesn't want to go there in December when it's cold up here? But the Rockets prevail 32-17 over number 24 Temple that day. Kareem Hunt, great game. Rushed for 100 yards, multiple touchdowns. Hunt now with the Kansas City Chiefs of the National Football League. So there are my top 5. I want to hear what yours were. Just give me a couple memorable games you would like in the comments section. I would like to see what your most memorable games were, and we'll see if we have any similarities. Thanks so much for watching, and go Rockets.